Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and this is lesson number 34 in our dive into the wonderful world of music theory. And today we're continuing our journey into key signature. Now this is a lot of content that I've done to you. We talked about what key signature is, which are the different key signatures, and some tips and tricks to how to remember key signatures. So I seem to have been pretty flushed and tired in that video, but still I think I effectively shared all the tips and tricks, and I repeated them a couple of times. So today I thought we'd apply that, and I've got a bunch of, as you can see, snippets of staffs here, and in these four we're going to try to identify, sorry, these six we're going to try to identify which key signature they all are and what that means for how I'm going to read the music, and these time I'm going to try to write some key signatures from scratch. Okay, so let's begin. Now I need to identify what key signature this is, and by that I mean I know it's 3 sharp, but I need to identify which key is it, meaning is it A major, is it F major, is it C major, is it G major, which major is it. Now I know which one it is just by looking at it, because I've been studying music for quite a long time now, so you memorize it unconsciously by that time. But my objective today is to use the tips and tricks I taught you last class to figure this out, because a lot of people would not have memorized it. So okay, first things first, I observe, hey, these, let me go to the top layer. First things first, I observe, okay, hey, these are all sharps. So they're sharps, great. So first things first, I need to determine, I don't even need to look at which sharps they are. All I need to look at is the number of sharps. There's 3 sharps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the first series. I'm going to start on C, which I know is 0 sharps. Then I'm going to count 4 notes ahead, C, D, E, F, G, and I get the next one in the series, which is I know is 1 sharp. Then I count 4 notes ahead again, G, A, B, C, D. I know I go right ahead again, and I know this is 2. This is 2 sharps, D is 2 sharps, and I count 4 notes ahead again, D, A, F, G, A, and I come to A, and would you look at that, A is 3 sharps, and as you can see I've got 1, 2, 3 sharps right here. So this is indeed A major. For those of you curious, it is F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. And what does this mean? What does it mean to have this key signature? So that means that if I wrote, let me drop a staff here real quick. 4, 5. If I wrote an F, if I wrote a G, or if I wrote a C, I would automatically take it to mean sharp. C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp instead of the ratchet wordings. Why? Because it's written in A major. That means that since A major has F sharp, G sharp, and C sharp in its scale, that means I'm going to be using lots of F sharp. I've already talked about this in my previous videos. I'm going to be using lots of F sharp, G sharp, and C sharp presumably in my music, and not all that much F, C, and G. So instead of having to write sharp, 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 like sharp each time, I just automatically take it to be sharp, and that makes my music much easier to read, much easier to write, and much more neat. And that's indeed what we're doing with it. And this also has a byproduct of telling me that what the key is, which I just figured out was A major. Great. Now we're going to move on. This one right here, it's flats, so the harder one. So once again, I don't know if I just need to name the key, all I have to look is the number. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 flats. Great. So I'm going to start off with my first series. Let's start off with F, which is 1 flat. Okay, now I need to go 2.5 tones forward. So 1 tone forward is F to G, right? Another tone forward is G to A, and a semitone forward is B flat. Or is that in terms of flats? I don't really need to mention that we're doing flats. So that's 2 flats. I would know that's 2 flats. Okay, now let's move 2.5 tones forward again. B flat, move 1 tone forward C, move 1 tone forward D, move a semitone forward this time. It is E flat. Great. And now now that's 3 flats. The key signature for 3 flats is E flat major. Now let's go 2.5 tones again. So E flat, one tone is F, another tone is G, and a semitone is A flat. And we land in A flat, which is indeed 4. So this 4 flats is A flat major. This is indeed A flat major. This is our friend A flat major. And as you can see, I got B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. That means whenever I write B, E, A, or D, I'm automatically going to take it to mean B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat for the same reasons as upwards. So this is A flat major. I think this goes out saying, but I do encourage you to pause the video and try to do this all by yourself. I mean, I didn't see that easy. Yeah, so please do pause the video, try to do this all yourself. This is a worked example video just so we gain a better understanding together. Okay, we got another sharps one. And once again, for sharps, all I have to do is look at the number. Whenever you have to name a key, just look at the number. Don't even pay attention to which sharps they are. Just look at the number when you have to name a key, right? When you're playing the music, then it's a different matter. I don't need to make that clear. When you're playing the music, you need to look at what sharps it is because you have to play those specific notes sharp, right? You have to consider those notes to be sharp. But when you're just trying to identify the key, you don't need to look at the sharps. You can just look at the number, and that's what we're going to do. So let's do it. So there's 4 sharps right here. Okay, same thing I'm going to use this series. Start on C, which is 0 sharps. Then we go. Well, it's written up here. I did it already, so I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to copy from there. I've already done it. And if you ever got a bunch of questions like this, just write down all the series for yourself, and you'll just be able. It'll be easier for you, right? Okay. Now this is 1 sharp. This is 2 sharp. This is 3 sharp. I need to go one more. So 4 notes ahead. A, B, C, D, E. So I get to E, and when you look at it, this is the key signature for E major scale. It very much is. There is the key signature for E major scale. Good job. Okay, now this one, another flat. We've got 2 flats this time, so we use this sequence. Start on F, move 2.5, which is 1 flat. We move 2.5 tones forward. We go to B flat, which is 2 flats, and when you look at that, we're done. So this is B flat major scale. So for those of you unfamiliar with what I'm doing, there's some tips and tricks I taught last video, right? Okay, now this one. This is 5 flats, so we've got quite a few flats. So once again, I'm going to use my old sequence. So F, I move 2.5 tones forward, that's 1 flat. B flat is 2 flats, I move 1.5 tones forward. E flat is 3 flats, I move again. A flat is 4 flats, I move again. 2.5 tones forward. I'm doing it fast, there's no need for you to do it fast. Fine, we move again one more time and we arrive at D flat, and D flat has 5 flats, and because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats in this particular key signature, I can with confidence say that this is D flat major. Everyone's happy. Okay, next 1 sharp. So I start off at C, which is 0 sharps, and I move C, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G, 4 notes ahead. G is 1 sharp, so this is G major scale because it has only 1 sharp. Once again, what that means that all the F's, because that sharp is on the F line, here I have to pay attention to which line it's on. I am going to play all the I'm going to play all the F's I see, which would be F right here, and F right here. All these notes will automatically be taken as F sharp rather than F natural. Great. Okay. With that, we're done, my friends. So we've just named all these. This one's A major, this one's A flat major, this is E major, this one's B flat major, this is D flat major, this is G major. Everyone's happy. Now coming to the more difficult questions. Here we have to write, first we have to write B major scale. We have to write it all by ourselves, no help. B major scale key signature, I mean. So how are we going to do this? Okay, let's move. Let me give myself some more space inside here. Great, and let's start. So first things first, I need to know how many sharps are there in B major, right? So let's try to figure that out. So I start from C at 0. I move 4 notes ahead. You can count for yourself. Now I'm just going to write it. G. I move 4 notes ahead from that. That goes to D, which is 2 sharps. Then I move 4 notes ahead from that, which will give me 3 sharps, which is A. Then I move 4 notes away from that, I go to E, and it's 4 sharps, and I move 4 notes away from that, B. And we look at that, so my B, so if I stop on B because I finally reached B, is in fact 5 sharps. So that means there are going to be 5 sharps in B. Now which 5 sharps? Because I can't just write, like, I'm not going to write sharp, 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 sharp. No, it has to be in specific places the sharps are supposed to be, because specific pitches are supposed to be sharp. So to figure that out, I start on F sharp. That's going to be the first sharp in the sequence. Then I move 4 notes forward and I come to C sharp. Then I do the same thing 4. So this is the second sequence. So to find out which sharps they are, you start in F sharp and you move 5 sharps ahead each time. So let's do one more. G sharp, and we've still not got 5 sharps here, we need at least 5. G sharp goes to D sharp, and D sharp goes to A sharp, and boom, we're done. We have all 5 sharps. So whatever you write out the sequence in full, in fact, and what you do is you just take this many sharps, essentially, right? If I had to take a 1 sharp, if it was, let's say, D major scale, I would take the first 2 sharps and I'd write them down. Here, since it's for 5 sharps, I'm going to take the first 5, which are all of these. So I write them in order. First I write F sharp on the top line, then I write C sharp on the space above the middle line, then I write G sharp on the space above the staff, then I write D sharp on the fourth line, and then I write A sharp on the second space, and done. This is B major key signature. Everyone's happy. Now let's do one more. We have to do E flat major. Alright, now what we're going to do, same procedure, just in different sequences. So first I'm going to figure out how many flats E flat major scale has. So once again, I start on F, that's 1 flat, I move 2.5 tones forward. Take your time for this, I'm doing it fast because I don't want to waste the video's time too much, but you feel free to take it slow. 2.5 tones forward is B flat, 2.5 tones forward is E flat. That's 1, 2, 3. So B flat is 3 flats. Next, I am going to come and start on B flat, which 3 flats essentially, and same process. I'm going to move 2.5 tones forward, just like what we did here. We have to do here. It's E flat, I move 2.5 tones forward, it's A flat, and I could go further, but I won't because I only need the first 3. So I got the first 3. So it's 3 flats, and it's these 3 flats, and I write them in order. So first I write B flat on the B, then I write E flat over here, then I write, sorry about that, then I write A flat right about here, and I'm done. This is E flat major. Now these tricks, as I said, are very complicated, but I encourage you to just go watch the previous video and pause it and rewatch it just to get a better understanding. Or you can just look up your own tips and tricks. This is the one that I grew up with. And it goes without saying, the cover key signature a bit more, but the key signature for a bass clef, the number of sharps and the sharps that exist are the same, right? But the position will change because I am putting this B flat here in the middle key because this is B, but then in the bass clef some other line is B. So you have to figure out which flats or sharps they are and put them on the clef accordingly. You put them on the staff according to the clef. So in treble clef is the position. It will be similar to bass clef, just be shifted down. Anyways, just a quick one where we were going to go through some examples for key signature, do some problems together, and I would put the tips and tricks I taught in the last lesson, which you may have not fully absorbed into practice, to show you what I meant. Anyways, that's all. That's all I really wanted to cover for this lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you took something valuable away from it, and I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. See you next lesson. Bye.